What the fuck is up, nerds? It's your boy, your favorite Super Trash Bros player, frankiesosucio, back here again with another episode of the Recycling Bin. But in Recycling Bin number 8, we're not going to be talking about a specific moment or anything like that that's happened the previous weeks in Super Trash Bros. We're getting close to the playoffs, so what I think we'll do today is we'll talk about some of the different scenarios that could take place to see who wins the divisions. Now, I know a lot of the players, even within the league, don't pay that close of attention to division alignment, but it does come into play when it comes to qualifying for the playoffs. Because, when you're looking at the playoff picture, right, you're mostly looking at the conferences, right? The top 6 seeds in each of the conferences will qualify for the playoffs. But you'll notice the top 2 seeds in each conference are highlighted because those are the folks that are winning their specific divisions. So as you can see, each conference, the Spooky Dookie Conference and the Freaky Boy Conference, they both have divisions. Spooky Dookie has Spooky Dookie West and East, and the Freaky Boys, they have North and South. So the players are going to be divided within those 4 different divisions, right? The winner of each division will automatically get the top 2 spots in the conference for the playoffs. And you want those top 2 spots because you don't have to play in the first round of the playoffs. So the first goal everyone should have coming into the season is try to win your division. So before we get into any other crazy potential round robins for the 4th, 5th, and 6th seeds for the playoffs, the first thing we need to solve when the season ends is who wins the division, right? So we'll talk about how each player will win their divisions respectively in today's Recycling Bin. I'll try to keep it quick. All right, so let's start with the West. This one's easy. Malasada won, no matter what. Good job, Malasada. Moving right along to the East. This one is going to get a little interesting. And the thing about the East is, from the get-go, we thought this was going to be the hardest division, and we're starting to see how close it is now. Unfortunately, Jesse Kitty Clap will not be making the playoffs this season, and Hype Man Wolfie is going to make the playoffs, but he can't win his division. So we'll eliminate both of them right away. Sean, however, has the inside track. He's 6-1, and he's pretty much beaten everyone in his division except for Zanny DeVito. So the way that he could win his division is by 1, simply defeating Malasada in the final week of the regular season. If Sean happens to lose that match, what he also needs is he needs James to lose. Because the only person in that division that beat Sean is James. So if Sean loses and James wins, they both have the same record. James has the tiebreaker. He wins the division. So I just kind of explained how James could win that, right? If he defeats Dark Ruffalo in the final week of the regular season and Sean loses, he could definitely take this division. Now, hold your horses there, because even if James wins and Sean loses, if Fetty wins, Fetty has the tiebreaker over Zanny. So if all 3 of them have a 6-2, Zanny doesn't get the tiebreaker because Fetty has beaten him before. Now, Sean has beaten Fetty, right? So let's say a crazy scenario where Sean loses against Malasada, James wins against Dark Ruffalo, and King Kong Fetty wins against Ollie. All of them are 6-2. They've all beaten each other. That means we go into a round robin. And whoever wins that round robin will win the Spooky Dookie East. So that's going to be an interesting chase for the last week there. Now, moving on to the Freaky Boy Conference. The Norte division, this one's a close one too. Let's just go ahead and eliminate Puff Gaming, and unfortunately we're eliminating Ollie. Even though Ollie could still make the playoffs, she cannot win the Freaky Boy North this season. So it's a 3-man race. And let's start with the defending champ, Disadvantage Dodds. He has the tiebreaker over everyone in his division, but he has 2 losses. So let's say he wins his last match. If Dodds wins, he's good. He wins the North. He has the tiebreaker over everybody. For Nate, however, if he beats Dodd's brother, Chris, and Dodds loses against Buppy, Nate gets the division, even if Dark Ruffalo wins, because he's beaten Dark Ruffalo earlier this year. Now, the People's Champ still has a chance. If he beats Zanny week 10, and Dodds loses to Buppy, and Nate loses to Chris, Dark Ruffalo could win the North. So let's see what happens there. That's another close race. And of course, in the South, always don't want to forget about my division, and it's a really close race there. I luckily have the inside track because I beat most of the folks here in my division. As long as I beat Musty Bussy this week, I will win the Freaky Boy South. But if I lose to Musty Bussy, there will be a crazy round robin. It's going to be at least a 3-way, if not a 4-way. So I'll have to win a round robin if I lose to Musty Bussy. Buppy, on the other hand, he'll need me to lose, and then he'll also need to beat Dodds to throw his name in the hat. If that happens, if Buppy wins and I lose to Musty Bussy, that's a 4-way round robin to see who wins the Freaky Boy South. We'll see what happens, y'all. It's a close race. Excited to see how the playoffs solidify. Let's see what happens. Bye-bye.